Hello, good evening, good morning, everybody. My esteemed audience, whoever is watching this uh, solo poetry recital today, I am Somdatta Mitra, a poetess blooming and blossoming from the state of West Bengal, India. Today, I am very much privileged and deeply honored to have been invited on this platform of the fertile brains by Sir K. Kumar Prasanna, who is the founder and creator of the Fertile Brains. I wholeheartedly thank him for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share my poems. I also thank wholeheartedly to the venerable admin team of the Fertile Brains, with, with whose support I am able to share my words in front of you. So, to begin with, the first thing which comes in my mind is about poetry, because through poetry, we are bonded with each other. Through poetry, we know each other. Through poetry, we express each other. So, I remember the quote of William Wordsworth, who said once, poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings originating from emotion recollected in tranquility. Shakespeare believed poetry was a way to elevate language, express emotions, and give lasting form to thoughts and experiences. When I am in my classes teaching my students over poetry, I always remember these quotes that inspires me to write my own expressions and to share the same thing with my students. I also enjoy painting because through painting, I can also express my feelings to construct those, those expressions through some colors. And through oratory, I pour out, flush out those strong emotions, either for poetry or literature. So when I read about John Keats in my undergraduate days, as I was, brought up in Delhi, the capital city of India, John Keats has been an inspiration always. So he had revealed that the poetry is an institution about the universe where a form of truth expressed through beauty. I believe beauty lies within us. It is how we feel, we reveal or convey it to the world. For me, certainly, poetry is a tintibulation of the heart and the tingling sensation of the mind that evoke to a tenacious rapture or impassion to reciprocate my hidden feelings through a form of literary art in a creative bent and assembling my imaginations to construct ideas. I write poetry because I find a kind of individuality emanating through my expressions. I find a kind of freedom uh, in my solitary moments when, suppose I am imagining, or suppose I am just having a soul searching. There I feel my emotions require a kind of positive, uh, you know, uh, uh, pouring out a positive vibe and a positive place to express through the pen. So there, the pen become my weapon. So today, I want to speak about what all things I write in poetry. I love expressing our humanity. I am a peace ambassador. I always value humanity. I love freedom and independence to express my desires and my anticipations. I love writing about women. I love writing about nature. I'm passionate about colors. So I love writing about colors. I love seasons. I love brotherhood. I love global friendship. I love peace. And I love writing about woman empowerment. I love writing about femininity. There are so many. So today, when we are talking about nature, I felt like a peacock. How a peacock feels within itself, uh, how it has a kind of sensitivity. So over this, I will present my first poem today. The title I've given is A Peacock's Sensitivity. Bestowing me a beauty with abundant appeal, my existence on earth is in my sublimity. The attraction over my dance during the monsoon generates an awe in a wonderment. While stretching my beautiful plume, I display the fan. That is a contentment to gift moments of joy to any wise man. I fear about poaching and predators. My heart beats for a safety that secure my species. The spectacular feather that I feel proud of my beauty with vibrant colors that adorn my body. Metallic blue and green significantly brighten my charm. I am honored as the national bird of India to enthuse more passion. Several poets have written poems on me. So many painters have given colors to my painting. I am the center of attraction in the forest and safaris. I am a writer's fascination while introducing mythological characters. My crest can allure any admirer and instill passion, while spreading my fan as I mesmerize all to a sedation. I do perch on the trees of hope and freedom, freedom to save my species from any commotion. With increasing deforestation, our existence seeks a shelter from scourge, a peaceful reside in the depth of nature that we were born to resource. Often I feel that a resonance mystify with a reason, where love and friendship unites two beautiful creatures. A true bonding with the nightingale would design a magnificent music and dance rendition, where the world would mesmerize with each performance. As sensational spirits, we will open paradise on earth. As I just mentioned a few minutes back, that I'm an optimistic person, and my optimism porches on many facets in life, like smiling, laughter, cheerfulness, rejoicing over any anyone's achievements or anyone's arrival. So you may say, I also daydream. I'm a dreamer. A dreamer can be an optimistic person, isn't it? When we dream, we aspire, we anticipate, we always think about the positive things. We hope for the betterment. So my next poem is about a dreamer born from optimism. It is about peace. I am a peace lover and I cannot escape reciting a poem on peace. Never a reverie to lull me into slumber. The dreamer in me rises with a strong vision. Subconscious desires may seem like mere illusions. Yet I envision a world carried forward in that picture. Hope transforms every ounce of pessimism into a raw, frantic glimpse of tomorrow, wings sprouting over imperfect thoughts, soaring toward a paradise woven in peace, where brooks attract lovers of love and companions cherish the beauty of sacrifice, giving rise to generations of devoted friends in the serene embrace of nature's bliss. There, true artists may freely adore their craft, wrapped in the silence of sacred inspiration. Languages burst in colors to awaken the linguist's soul, unhindered and bold in the expression of culture. Let life bloom with the fragrance of care and comfort. Let hands dance to the music of praise, where kindness holds on and hearts applaud each other with grace. Let our differences melt into friendship and giving, where even a smile defines the calm within. To dance like belle Dorothers in fearless celebration, flipping its step to lift our spirits higher. Let brave hearts delight in their joyous rhythm, imagining a gentle world shaped by dreams, where cheerleaders spread the nectar of unity, and no voice is lost in pride or petty demands. Let every soul rejoice in gratitude, building a paradise overflowing with love. Let art and culture kindle a radiant light, and minds be free of all antagonistic thought. So I always dream about a world where there will be sacred hearts, where there will be peace all over, where there will be a global unity, everybody making friends, and everybody speaking about love and affection. There beauty lies. There we really rejoice over creating new poetry always. And with that, I come to the other part of life, that is pessimism also, because they are both sides of the same coins. Uh, when we are happy, there are moments when we are sad. When we, accomplish something, there are on the other side failures in our life, and we have to accept them to grow, to move forward in life. When we have life, on the other side there is death, and that is such a very uh, delicate truth that it envelops us into a kind of melancholy and mourning. With this kind of emotion, I would relate my next poem. A few months back, there has been a tragedy in India, in the northern state of Kashmir, where 28 innocent men were shot by the terrorists and they lost their lives. Their wives were very young, and they have lost their husbands. Their family have lost their son and brothers. So how deeply impactful the situation is, that it has really evoked the sensibilities of the Indians as a whole. Uh, and I am no exception to this, that I have also triggered my emotions to write a poetry on this situation. The title I've given is Tradition Embraces and Fate Deprives. Those blood-stained red bangles still remind a horror. The loud yells pierce the hearts today in terror. Their vermilion were erased in a holy bath over that unprecedented tragedy which was a beaten path. Who feels that stabbing pain which strips the heart, that tormentation rifting the trauma into an eternal perdition? That red vermilion was a symbol of true love and companionship, while smeared on the forehead during their wedding day. Today, the bare hair parting significantly unfolds the tragic desolation, where so many brides are left with scars in their despondent hearts. They won't meet their brave hearts ever in life. They won't be able to enjoy a marital bliss in any situation. Life has gifted them with shovels of grief, churning their enigma into a desert full of thorns? Has terrorism satiated the souls of Saturn's paradise? Has this devastation comforted those beasts whose savage will be accursed? Who gained and who lost is not so significant. For wars and hostility bring annihilation, for innocence, which is persistent. Ordinary humans are victims of such vehement aggression. How shall we categorize this in an apprehension? With such heinous crimes, have their silence built palaces of terror? Today, such wars are just tripping casualties in horror over a victory of accomplishing cowardice acts today. Humanity is avenged and not humans, as a matter of fact. So, I would like to share one of my anthology today with all of you. I must say that significantly, I have co-authored 1,000, more than 1,500 anthologies, and they are both on the national scale and on the international scale. Among them, one of my favorite anthology is The Poetess, which I want to show it to all of you. The Poetess. And from this anthology, I would like to relate a little bit about this. This anthology has been compiled and edited by Theophilus Agbo-Clement, and it has been coordinated and published by Mr. Blair Smith. So, over this anthology, I want to relate a few poems, since I also relate patriotism in my poems as a subject primarily. In many, many poems of mine, you will be able to see a fragrance of patriotism there. So the next poem I'm going to recite is about unity in diversity. India is a country which is rich in unity and diversity because of its culture, its heritage, its languages, religions, and so many, food extravaganza we enjoy here from different states, from different, uh, people. Yet we celebrate all festivals as one. We participate in all festivals with equal pomp and ardor. So, over unity in diversity, I have written this poem. Unfathomed arenas of diverse cultures and heritage, yet strongly raising a voice of unity as a desideratum. Our country is indoctrinated over harmony, and the different languages and religions ensconce in an euphony. Loud and free they yell with a proud cheer, singing the national anthem unitedly in a spriteful atmosphere. The coadunation of a thunderous acclamation that our country is the best in the world, adulating the diversity in religions, cultures, languages, and heritage. Unity adorns their real existence, even in wars, sacrificing lives for their country and guarding the nation. There is no discrimination over the emotion of being an Indian. Nation comes first. Nations come first, and then the family. Together they are audacious and bold to speak Vande Mataram. Like a rainbow, they parade in a queue, salute the martyrs as the gallantry awards coronate the brave hearts as a taboo. Jai Hind is their slogan to enrich life. Their pride of being one is the soulfulness. So, before I transit into another emotion of mine, because poets are emotional. I am emotional. And through our emotions, we just flush out our feelings for whatever we want to write, whatever is working in our mind, whatever ideas are, sprouting out like beauty in an Eden. So there are moments when I feel, what am I as a woman? Where is my individuality? I ask myself in the mirror, and the mirror tells me that as a woman, you are a multitasker, uh, you are a poetess, you are a mother, you're a wife, you're a daughter. And this is a blessing that you have been credited to, have been blessed with. There are situations which are not equal to all women in the world. There are situations where a woman is perhaps not so privileged to receive love and affection from their family. There are moments of disharmony in some families. A woman wants to, battle. A woman wants to struggle. A woman wants to guard her family in every situation, proving her worth, making herself significant in whatever situation she is confronting. So, a kind of this thought once, was emanating from my heart, and I thought of writing this particular poem. The title is so very familiar with all of you, most of you, I guess, who know Maya Angelou, and she is one of my favorite poetess. I am a great admirer of Maya Angelou. So I have read her poems, I've read her quotes. One line which has really touched me from one of her poems is, "Still like hair, I will rise." And that has impacted me to such a greater extent. I thought of writing a poem relating to the same line, "Still like hair, I will rise." So here is my poem. Still like hair, I will rise, cabal together to whiff of a superiority, addicting in a temerity to suppress my voice. You may torment me with rebukes and tear me apart with a nonchalance. You may be diligent to circumvent my strengths for a calumny. You may leave enormous scars with your subterfuge. Still, I will find my path of righteousness and accept the challenges to kindle a motivation. Like a wildfire, my undaunted courage will augment. Like a peacock, I will dance in the rains, opening my plumage to reveal my beauty in brains. And still like air, I will rise. Still like a lightning, I will cause a thunder, for the world to know that peccants are the effete and the parasites in our society. You expected to prioritize your choices over others, segregating me with innumerable quotas. Do you deplore my dusky complexion, or my exuberance and vivacity bother you social dignity? Out of my struggles and experiences I rise. Out of my sufferings and vexation I rise. Out of the determination to soar high, I stretch my wings to fly high. Rising and gliding to find my destination, to prove my worth to the whole world, to reply those ridicules that has hurt me, while I embrace the humiliations that tore me. Still, I am resolved to build a paradise, despising your hatred and hostility. Like air, I will rise to pen the world for the deserved, and my work will bedizen my spirits. As I rise, I rise, I rise. So, this is the poem which is among 100 poems that has been published in my recent solo debut book by the name The Spectrum of Emotions, which I want to share here. I don't know whether it is visible or not. So from this book, I am reciting a few poems. As I said that I nurture a few feminine feelings over my poetry, I explore certain, iconic feminine characters from the, history, and I love writing about them in my poetry. So among them is one such personality who has deeply, inspired me through her, uh, you know, mm, credibility, through her works, through her contributions in painting. She is none other than the famous painter, and I have tried to paint her life in my poetry. The title I have given is Femininity Magnified with Resplendence, and the personality's name is Frida Kahlo. I am sure most of you must have heard about Frida Kahlo, about how deeply she was, uh, impacted by her destiny, and she was bedridden for many years over her handicap. Her sufferings and pains were enormous, yet she was undeterred, and she was so courageous. She boldly confronted her destiny with her talent, and that has inspired me a lot. So the poem goes like this. The title I've given is Femininity Magnified with Resplendence. Perhaps destiny sequenced her life with perturbations. Life was a chagrin with her amputation. From promiscuous thoughts of craftsmanship, Frida Kahlo emerged as an iconic Mexican painter. Stark reality unfolded her detrimental skirmishes. With her own afflictions, she imploded in her circumstances. Impactful self portraits in a bold, dauntless stalwart, her consistent afflictions, pains, and scourge were reflected in her creations. Impressive strokes on her life vivified her emboldening charisma in the vibrant colors. Her drawings stated her as a stern feminist and surrealist. Intensity, her anguish and pains blossomed in her portraits. Skeptical chasms, efflorescence in a deluge. Tribulations and catastrophe amplified the conundrums. Beauty can be worshipped in her provocative spirits. A woman who strived for dignity and honor with her striking colors. Such exquisiteness in those self portraits astound us over her sublimity and sequester. With brilliance, she magnified the power of a woman, that prowess and dexterity emblem her glory. She represented feminism to a zenith, where the world salute her perseverance and might. Impactful colors on her canvas emblazoned her resplendence. The flowers garlanded her images in a deliberate significance. That femininity is a beauty in its own charm. Art is a projection of the embodiment or a realism. In such a pinnacle of success, her legacy augments her to be an empress. So, such is the tribute for this great personality whom I admire always, for her spirits, for her undaunted courage, and her hope for optimism. So, I would just recite my last poem before I conclude. And the last poem is about all of us, women. And the title I've given is A Woman's Journey. A phase of life where a thunder or lightning electrifies the soul for an evolution, a true definition for human existence over gender discrimination honks. A woman mirrors herself to be in her undaunted courage to revolt. This is her beginning to metamorphose, sprouting herself from the shell she evokes. That day when she was victimized and unrequited, discrimination stored and blisters embossed in her soul. She was perhaps abandoned from her own family, isolated, defeated, dejected. She banged her head in an agony. Her frustrations remained unheard in the dingy lanes and dark rooms. In this journey, she has to uplift her identity. She must prove that the beginning has imbued a mission. She augments to rediscover her lost dignity. Holy scriptures perhaps embedded a prime aspect of determination. She unravels those incidents of dogmatism with a faith in her abilities and conviction. She proves her worth in diversified talents. She engages in a profession to emerge victorious. She searches a path. She searches a path to roar for the justice for her disintegration. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. A woman travels towards the discovery of a lantern for existing. Unstoppable and undaunted courage will determine her righteous goals. She will be the mother to raise 1,000 sons who salutes her struggles. So, with this, I have come to the end of this session. It was so enjoyable for me. I hope it has been equally enjoyable for you. I really salute all those women who have so much sacrifices in their lives, yet they are never complaining and moving forward with their goals. So, with that, idea and thought, I conclude this session today. Namaskar. Thank you for patiently listening to my poetry session today. And thank you all.